Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yes.
It comes out
Big build up.
today. Yeah, it comes out today as you guys are listening to it. Tomorrow for us.
Hmm.
This might be one of the most anticipated releases
Yeah.
in the last 5 years. The only thing off the top of my head that I remember experiencing with a bigger build up than this was Endgame.
Yeah, I would say like Oppenheimer. It's weird because we've got like two different reasons. Like Oppenheimer's got this huge build up because of just what it is and what it's expected to be, and it's like looks like it's going to be this amazing piece of cinema. And then you've got the incredible marketing of Barbie that's been going on for months and is so creative that everyone is fucking talking about that. And the fact that they're both releasing at the same time has just made this like huge just discussion about these two films.
Yeah,
Um both sides have done an amazing job with like the build up.
but anytime I've seen anything, no one's talking about Barbie or Oppenheimer. They're talking about Barbenheimer Day.
Yeah. Well that's the thing, it's like because these films have both slowly become more anticipated because they're dropping on the same day and they're such like stark opposites on like tone of film. It's like such a weird combo to come out at the same time, but yeah, it seems to work. Everyone's so excited for both of them.
The which one's gonna do better debate lasted for about 3 days, and then everyone was like, "The fuck do you mean better? I'm gonna go see them both
Yeah,
back to back."
cinema basically was like cinemas were going rather than trying to get people to watch their film over the other. They suddenly were like, "Hang on a second, we have a thing here where people want to see both. So why don't we just spin this as like which you watching first?"
Yeah, no, 100%. But it's interesting because I've seen a couple like meme ideas of how to go watch it.
Oh god, here we go.
So it's like you get up in the morning,
Yeah.
you have a cigarette and a black coffee for breakfast. You go watch Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Then you go for a bottomless brunch after Oppenheimer.
Right.
Go watch Barbie,
Yeah.
and then you go out clubbing in the evening.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but the idea of someone getting up, having a cigarette and a before going to watch Oppenheimer, and then finishing Oppenheimer and just going, okay, time for mimosas, is fucking class.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because it's like because there's such opposite scales on like tone and what they're about. You've got one that's a very intense, serious story, and one that's just going to be pure chaos and comedy and what like just. And it's like you either it feels wrong to go watch. It feels wrong to watch them in any order because like you either go watch something really serious, you're gonna come out of it and be like, "Oh my god, that was fucking incredible! What a story! What a piece of," and then you're like, "Oh, let's just go watch some light-hearted like craziness that is Barbie," and it's like just completely gonna take you out of how you feel after the film. Or you go watch Barbie and then you have to don't like bring yourself back to reality by watching Oppenheimer.
Yeah. It's really interesting because from day one, I've been like, no, you go watch Barbie first, and then you go watch Oppenheimer. Like, instantly, that in my head was the way it had to be done.
I think it
But
has to be Oppenheimer.
Jenna to me was like, no, you got to go watch Oppenheimer and then watch Barbie. And we sat there for like a good 2 days trying to work out the order we were going to go see it in. And then it got to the point I was like, no, I will not be able to enjoy Barbie after watching Oppenheimer. We need to go watch Barbie first. And she was like, okay, I'm really not that precious about which way we're going to do it. So cool, we'll do it the way you want to do it. That's fine. I was like, sweet, thank you.
I
But
can understand that.
according to the internet, I am the one in the wrong. Everyone seems to be going Oppenheimer then Barbie, and I don't get that. And I'll tell you for why.
Okay, I'm
So
ready.
a lot of the press around this has been like other people who've watched it saying that Oppenheimer is like really like depressing.
Yeah.
I have never ever in the history of anything finished watching a depressing episode or a depressing show, a depressing film, and then wanted to put something happy on immediately. I want to sit with that lasting emotion that film has given me. that music has given me, that show has given me, so that I can like fully appreciate the art, like the work that's gone into being able to create that emotional response.
Yeah.
Whereas after watching something funny, I'm in such a good mood. I'll watch fucking anything afterwards. I'll watch the most boring piece of garbage afterwards and not care.
Do you know what? See, I think if I'm being real, I don't think I can watch them in the same day. Like, I don't think because
Not
like
even for the culture.
no, because it's like it's so both ways feel wrong and different. It's like you say, it's weird to go like to walk out of Oppenheimer from like whatever that's going to be like that how people are saying that story is. You're going to be in like a pretty like deep place after that film of like, whoa, what have I just watched? To go see Barbie right after feels weird to like just have to just brush all that off and be like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Barbie. But then it
Exactly.
also feels like you can't get in the right headspace to enjoy Oppenheimer if you're walking out of Barbie to really be like in the zone for Oppenheimer. Like I feel like you need to go into Oppenheimer clear headed to be ready for what you're gonna experience.
Well, that's why we're going for dinner in between.
Ah, smart.
So like this is the plan. Like I think our showing's at 2 o'clock for Barbie. So we're gonna rock up at Barbie. I'm gonna get my large popcorn. I'm gonna get my large drink. We're gonna go sit down and enjoy Barbie, which is just under 2 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
We're then gonna come out of that. We're gonna walk down the high street. We're gonna go to Nando's and we're gonna have dinner.
Cheeky.
Then we're gonna walk back to the cinema. I'm gonna get another large popcorn and another large drink. Fight me. And then we're gonna sit down and watch Oppenheimer. So there is that gap in the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the problem is if Barbie's really fucking hype, if I was to go and watch that second, I wouldn't be able to sleep and I'd be fucking headbanging. Whereas, like, after Oppenheimer, I'm gonna be like, the world is over. I must rest.
I get you. Do you know what I think also for me is like although there's all this hype for Barbie and everyone's talking about it, like I still have no real interest in seeing Barbie. Like it just doesn't grab me to want to go
At
see it.
first, I was like ironically interested for the culture, but the more I've seen about it, it genuinely seems like it's gonna be really good.
It probably will be. I don't know. It's not grabbed me. Whereas Oppenheimer, I'm so excited for Oppenheimer. And I'm
I'm
doing
excited.
my best to avoid any of these early reviews because I really want to experience. I don't want any like preconceived like, oh, this part or the only thing I know is he did an explosion for real,
Yes.
and I'm like, okay,
Did you see he was asked about that? So someone asked him, or someone told him that when the internet saw that, they thought he meant he was going to set off an actual fucking nuke. And he was like, I'm both a little bit honoured and a little bit scared that the internet thought I would set off a nuclear explosion just for a film.
I mean, if anyone was to do it, it'd be him or Michael Bay.
Thank you. I thought you were about to say if anyone was going to do it, it'd be him, and I was going to go all Michael Bay. Yeah, no, 100%.
Like either him for the pure like has to capture the real thing, or Michael Bay to just be like, I've done the biggest explosion ever in film.
But like just some of the memes that are coming out for this, like Margot Robbie was talking about some of the memes, and she said some of her favorite are like the memes of like people who look like they've just come back from war and stuff, or like really
Yeah.
manly men. It's like 2 tickets for Barbie, please.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's comedy.
There's one where it's like the people in Goodfellas. They're all
Yes.
like suited up and they're walking up to and it's at the cinema like 2 tickets, tickets to Barbie, please. It's it's great, and I mean
Off.
the in like the marketing in general for Barbie has been wild. Like the crossovers in every area of culture, and then it's bled like Oppenheimer's got some like the countdown that Oppenheimer was doing that everyone presumed it was for the film starting, and then everyone was like, "Hang on, it's got to 0 and the film's not out for 2 days. And then they're like, well, yeah, we never said it was for the film. And people realized, oh, this is when the first nuke went off, which is smart in itself because everyone was like, countdowns always get people hyped.
Yeah. Just there is something about the human brain that sees numbers ticking down, going, "The fuck does it mean?"
Yeah, what's gonna happen at 0?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um, but yeah.
Have you seen? So there's been another meme that I've seen today that is dark as fuck.
Oh.
It was like Barbie. So you know, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger like hands beam,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
the flexing arms. So you got one. It's like Barbie, our first product released in Japan. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh. Ooh.
and like there was a fake rumor that Japan had banned Oppenheimer from being played, and everyone was like, "Well, yeah, they already know how it ends." Um, and that was just like it was complete bullshit. Japan had never like even considered banning it,
Oh. Yeah, because to them
whereas
it's just a documentary.
yeah, but like Barbie has actually been banned in Taiwan
It's wild.
because in the background of one of their shots,
Mm,
the map has 9 dashes on it,
okay.
which is like used in maps that show the sea belongs to China in that area,
Oh.
but Taiwan, like, but my understanding, and it might not be perfect, is that in the maps that show that that sea belongs to China, it doesn't recognize Taiwan as a state.
Got you.
So Taiwan, like, you're not recognizing us as a sovereign state, and it undermines us. So you're not allowed to show your film here.
I mean,
Is my understanding.
there's a lot of political
Yeah,
history
there's
there.
I could never. That must be the most. That must be the biggest headache of doing like a AAA film, AAA
Yeah, and
film,
I feel like
big
that
studio film.
probably was just like the smallest oversight that this is now
I
happening.
don't
Like,
even know
oh,
if
we could
most
have.
people who work in Hollywood could do that on purpose if they tried.
No. So, well, I mean, it's still going to do great everywhere else.
Yeah, I'm very very excited for it.
The things I've seen for Oppenheimer, because obviously the red carpet, there was a lot of interviews done before the strike started.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of stuff where like Cillian Murphy, like everyone, even the actors saying like this is like his film. Like this is gonna be his moment. And like there's so many clips of like Robert Downey Jr. looking like a proud dad
yeah,
of him on red carpet and stuff. And Cillian Murphy's constantly like, "Well, I'm all right. We all did great." And they're like, "No, no, no! Stop saying we. This is your moment.
yeah.
Accept it." So I'm very excited for Oppenheimer. I think it's going to be incredible. I do think it's
So
going
am
to
I.
like revive this. Like these two films, in a way, are like revitalizing cinema a bit.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm really concerned if one of these doesn't break 1 billion. I'm concerned about the
Yeah.
health of cinema because there's just so much excitement for them. If one of these doesn't manage to break 1 billion,
Mm.
the days of billion films could be done for this decade. On God.
Yeah, I do think one of these will. I actually think Oppenheimer might do it. Out of the
It should.
two, I
Back in
think
2019, when it felt like 1 billion wasn't even an impressive box office anymore, this film would have been, everyone would have been like, oh, this guy break 2. Watch.
mm,
Um, so I think it shows how far we've gone that people are like, we'll see if it can hit 1 billion. We hope it can.
yeah, I think once these films come out and the initial like public response, people will not stop talking. Will like people are already talking so much about these films. Like people will be talking about these films, and I think that is what a lot of films haven't had since, like you say, since like Endgame, where everyone was talking about going to watch that film, and that's what will boost it to do so
Yeah,
well.
100%. Um,